Hi guys, good morning from Jeddah. Before anything else, let me okay. By the way, aside from the fact that coffee keeps you awake, that it helps you a lot in keeping yourself awake. So it's pretty much needed when you're at work, especially if it requires you to be awake all the time, especially for teachers, you know. And did you know that actually coffee is also antioxidant? So it's best to have coffee every day. I actually have some coffee every day. I don't want to tell you how many cups I have every day. I would say I'm addicted to it and I can't live without it. So I have to blame it on uh, that student of mine back in 2000, early 2000, who introduced me coffee. Before that, I didn't like coffee, but when my Korean student introduced me coffee, after one cup of I think it was iced coffee, I started loving it. I forgot the name of my student, but anyway, that's a culprit why I became addicted to coffee. But I don't regret it because it's really delicious. It's antioxidants and it keeps me awake. Okay, anyway, um, let's have another edition of our ESL lesson through our small board with big lessons. All right, this time we'll have past continuous tense, or what we call past progressive. Okay, I should be using the black pen. Past continuous or past progressive. Okay, first is the form. What is the form? You will use was for singular subject and were for plural subject, and plus the ing form. All right, was, were plus the ing form of the main verb. Okay, let's get to the examples right away, and then I'll explain little by little why the examples are like that. And maybe I have to be a little bit technical, all right, because you need to know the technicalities in using the particular conjunctions that you need to use when you're making past continuous. Okay, so let's have the first example. When, okay, sorry for the reflection. When I was watering the garden, okay, comma, it began to rain. Okay, so the important points here are you use conjunction when, and the past continuous tense is here, and then past simple here. I'll explain further later. I have to give you more examples first. I was having breakfast when The phone. Can I still reach? Can you still see? Rang. Okay, this time I put the conjunction in the middle or in the second clause. All right. Now you have here the past continuous. You have the conjunction when, and then you have past simple there. Okay. I'll explain further. Okay. Next example. While we were having a party, the lights went out. So you're having a party, dance here, dance there, and then lights went out. Okay. Okay, so you have the conjunction while, past continuous here, and then past simple here. Okay, I still need to have more examples. As I was getting on the bathroom, someone knocked at the door. Okay, so you have the conjunction as, was getting, the past continuous form, and then you have the past simple here. One last more example before I explain something, and I will give you more examples after this. Okay. I slipped and hurt myself just as I was getting on, can you still read? On the bus. Okay, so you'll have past simple here, two verbs in past simple form. Hurt, hurt, hurt. The past simple form is the same actually. This is one of the examples of the verbs that conjugates, that doesn't actually conjugate at all, because they have the same form in all the three basic parts of the verb, hurt, hurt, hurt. Okay, and then past continuous, the conjunction used here is just as. So all right, so basically with past continuous, the temporal conjunctions that you use are, what are those? As you can see in my examples, you have when, you have while, you have is, and you also have just as. All right, so you need to know each property of each conjunctions, all right, because you need to be very careful when using them. You cannot just simply use them as you wish. All right, there is some, how do I say, basic things, or there are basic things that you have to remember upon using them. Okay, as you can see, the past continuous sorry. Sorry. As you can see in all of the examples I made, example, when I was watering the garden, it began to rain. The continuous action is contrasted with a sudden and quickly completed action. The continuous action, which is indicated by past continuous, is contrasted with a sudden and quickly completed action in the form of past simple. So in other words, the past continuous action is actually interrupted by a sudden action. All right, so in this example, as you can see, when I was watering the garden, so I was like, when it began to rain. That irony happens sometimes, right? Maybe you can relate to that. Okay? So the past continuous action, watering the garden, is contrasted with a sudden and quickly completed action, rain. Okay? It began to rain, which made you stop watering the garden. Okay, another example. I was having breakfast when the telephone rang. Okay, so in here, I was eating and then suddenly the telephone rang. Then I have to stop because I need to answer the phone. Okay, as you can see here, with the use of when, okay, when is here. The when clause can have the past continuous form, or it can also have the past simple form. So either way, it won't change the meaning at all. All right, so in the first example, you can even say, I was watering the garden when it began to rain. It's exactly the same meaning. It didn't change the meaning. It didn't change which action was interrupted and which action was continuous. I'm sorry, which action was continuous and which action interrupted another action. It won't change if you use if you place when wherever. It can be with a past continuous form, or it can be with a past simple form. It won't change the meaning at all. That is the one property of when. All right, it is not similar to other conjunctions. It's never similar to other conjunctions, because in the conjunctions while, as, and just as, I will explain further. Okay, so with conjunctions while, can you see the example? While we were having a party, the lights went out. So as you can see, the action being interrupted is this one. We're having a party. So it was interrupted by the lights. The lights suddenly went out. Okay, so don't forget, you can only use past continuous with while clause. You cannot use past simple with while clause. Do you understand? It's not the same as the use of when. Okay, while, it means that you cannot do like this. We were having a party while the lights went out. No, never. It can't happen. While is always with the past continuous form. So while is always with the past continuous form. Okay? It's not the same as the function of when, or the property of when. Okay? That's the use of while. Okay, now while, by the way, while also has another use, or another property, or you can use it in another situation, but I will give you the example after I finish just as and as. All right, while and as and just as are exactly of the same property. It means that when you have the clause with them, means that you have to have the past continuous with them. Okay, you cannot have the past simple with them. Okay, remember that when you are constructing sentences with past continuous, most likely you are going to use at the same time past simple, as past simple actually contrasts the past continuous action, or it interrupts the past continuous action. Okay, so you need a past simple. All right, but you cannot you cannot use past simple with where the conjunctions, sorry, what I was trying to say, you cannot use past simple when with the clause where conjunctions are there. All right, you understand? Unlike with when, you can use either with past continuous or past simple, but with while, as, and just as, past continuous is always with them. As you can see, while we were having a party, as I was getting on the bathroom, as I was getting in the bathroom, this is not on, I'm sorry for that. As I was getting into the bathroom, or you can say into, because you're referring to entering something. That's one meaning of into, by the way. All right, as you can see, as I was getting into the bathroom, and then in here you see just as I was getting on the bus. So you have with them the past continuous forms. Okay, you cannot use past simple with these clauses. All right, you can use the past simple in the other clause. Okay, so in here, while we were having a party, the lights went out. The past simple is in the other clause. And then here, as I was getting into the bathroom, someone knocked at the door. The past simple is here in the other clause. Here, I slipped and hurt myself. The clause is used here without the conjunction. Okay, just as I was getting on the bus. So those are the different properties of the conjunctions that you have to remember when constructing sentences with past continuous. Now, I told you about another use, another one last point, or two more points, by the way, that you have to remember is the use of while. But since I don't have spice anymore, all right, then I have to sip my coffee. I ran out of Coffee Mate actually, so I used milk, powdered milk. I don't like actually powdered milk with coffee. It's kind of, I don't know, there's aftertaste that I don't like. So it's either you have to, and like, it's just for me, okay? When I drink coffee, I love it with Coffee Mate or what do you call this? Evaporated milk. It tastes way better. But with powdered milk, I don't know, it doesn't really go well with coffee. Maybe it depends on what kind of milk, but most powdered milk. Anyway, going back to our business. Are you still with me? Okay, so you still remember all the properties? Okay, so with when, you can use past continuous with when, or you can use past simple. All right, with while, you can only use past continuous where while is. Okay, the same is true with as and just as. All right, and let's go to oh, I'm sorry, can I erase? Okay, anyway, you can just go back, rewind. All right, another example of a sentence using while. Okay, while I was watching TV. My mom was cooking dinner. I miss my mom anyway. Okay, so as you can see, in both clauses, past continuous are used. Okay, that's another use of while. Okay, you can use while to mean two actions happening at the same time. Okay, in the past. Okay, while I was watching TV, my mom was cooking dinner. Okay, both actions are in the past continuous. So you can put while either of the clauses, and it doesn't change the meaning at all. Anyway, it means that two actions were happening at the same time. Okay, now as you can see, the use of past continuous is to express an action happening, to express an action happening and interrupted by another action. That's one. Second is that two actions happening at the same time. Also, you can use past continuous with actions happening over a period of time. It means that in your sense, you only have the past continuous. For example, let me erase the spot. We were listening. I'm sorry for the reflection. We were listening to music all morning. So the action listening to music wasn't interrupted at all. It was just happening over a period of time, and which is all morning. That can also be the past continuous can also be used like that. Okay, so again, there are three uses of past continuous. One is that to express an action happening which was interrupted by another action. Second is that two actions were happening at the same time. And third, to express an action happening over a period of time. Those are basically the use of past continuous. Alright, don't forget the temporal conjunctions: when, while, as, just as, and how to use them. Alright, so I hope it's very clear now to you guys, and that's it. Don't forget to hit the like button and share and subscribe to my channel, and there's a notification bell so that you will be updated with anything happening in my channel. I actually reached around, as of the last checking I had, 235 subscribers already. Okay, so thank you very much guys for supporting my channel, and we got this.